What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? We have a massive story breaking from Fightful Select, and I'm going to read it to y'all right now. So, put your listening ears on and let's get into this story. Just now, several in WWE believe Bray Wyatt could be re-signed since Vince McMahon is gone. WWE is bringing back talent on a weekly basis under Triple H, prompting many to believe that Bray Wyatt could find his way back to the company. Fightful Select has spent the past couple of weeks gauging interest from the WWE higher-ups, staff, and talent internally. If you thought Vince McMahon no longer being in control was a good sign for this marriage to reunite, you'd be right. One talent said that he could tell by last year that Vince McMahon was simply done with Bray Wyatt and just didn't like him personally. McMahon would shout derogatory things at Bray Wyatt about his physique, which the talents believed actually stemmed from the fact that Wyatt would often criticize the lack of creative direction that his stories or characters would go to. When word emerged of Bray Wyatt having a bad attitude, that came from those who worked directly with Vince McMahon. There were also several other instances of rumors started within the circle to ease the heat off of the WWE for releasing him. Those that worked with him heavily were quick to shoot down those rumors which aren't worth mentioning now. One WWE higher-up said Vince McMahon had reservations whenever Wyatt's name was brought up post-release. When things were shit, Wyatt would say they were shit, and Vince saw that as difficult to deal with. One higher-up said before noting that they think he'd fit way better in today's WWE landscape. I agree. One of those major points of frustration came at the WrestleMania 2021 after months of Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt's storyline. Things were changed days before the match. One person who worked on the match and the story said no one at any point among the journey once had a clue as to what was supposed to happen. The finish changed the day before. They'd bragged a surprise Randy Orton was supposed to lose and have months off. Instead, Bray Wyatt was effectively done in WWE. The person who we spoke with effectively confirmed there was never a long-term plan by the Vince McMahon regime for the resolution of the story, which frustrated those involved in it as it was heavily featured. I remember the Bray Wyatt story with Bray and Randy. It was a really good storyline. They had Alexa Bliss in there. It was a really good storyline, really solid. Another talent recalled that saying that type of thing is why they specifically didn't push back on their creative. Because if Wyatt could get fired, they certainly didn't feel safe. When the firing was cited as budget cuts, that was another hit to morale for several we'd spoken to. Morale for several we'd spoken to at the time. One talent said if he makes the company money hand over fist, and they use budget cuts as an excuse, what am I? The talent has since been let go by the company. So, they released him because Vince McMahon didn't like the fact that Bray Wyatt would straight up say, hey, this is crap, you know it's crap, and we want to fix it. Fix it, make a better story. That's what Bray wanted. It sounds like that's what Wyndham, Bray Wyatt, wanted. Why is that the mindset that Vince has? I'm sorry to go on this rant, guys, but I am so happy, so freaking happy that Vince is gone. I am so happy about it. While we don't know the relationship between Triple H and Bray Wyatt specifically, several noted the obvious it's a clean slate. If Triple H thinks a talent can help the company or make money, most believe he's largely going to throw whatever issues they had with Vince McMahon out the window for the sake of creating a better show. I agree with that. Yes, please, let's do that. The talent outside of WWE that we've heard from about this particular situation say that even if they were booked poorly in WWE or Triple H himself, him being in control renews optimism in that sense, as there's no Vince McMahon over him. One person who worked heavily with Bray Wyatt said, I can't speak for him, but I know I've heard his name brought up, and I don't know how you couldn't feel better about coming now if you were him. Again, I agree to that. Guys, Bray is so talented in the ring, but also on the mic and in his stories. He's just so good. Also, several current talent said they'd happily go to bat for him, but don't believe he'd need it. Yeah, I don't either. I'm glad that talent are saying, hey, we'll go and talk to Triple H and talk to Stephanie, but we're not, he doesn't really need it. His name's big enough, There were many people that noted to us at WrestleCon that it didn't seem like Bray Wyatt had completely closed the door on WWE, but that's more for him to say. It wasn't reiterated to us that he had no interest in going to Impact Wrestling. So if he's got no interest in going to Impact, I don't think he fits AEW currently. Yeah, WWE is the place. Those close to Wyatt have started to get very quiet about happenings with him, where they would formally shoot down incorrect reports about his mental health or fake rumors of negotiations. We can confirm that his name has at least been pitched for a return within creative, however. That's hardly guaranteeing a return, as many names have been pitched within creative, either by Triple H or someone else on the team. We can confirm there had been interest to some degree for Wyatt to do some acting, but we're not sure where that stands now. And that is the story, and that came from Mr. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select. My thoughts on it are, Bray is really... I loved Bray Wyatt in WWE. I loved the whole time he was there. From his cult leader gimmick of being in the Wyatt family, to the Fiend, to the Funhouse Bray Wyatt. Everything Bray did was so perfectly mastered to a T. The only gripe I ever had with Bray's career is the way that they booked the Hell in a Cell match to happen in 2019 with The Fiend and Seth Rollins. They booked that to be a DQ, and it never has and never will make sense to me. I like Bray. I think Bray is so good in the ring. I hope he comes back. I really do. Because he's so good in the ring. Bray is somebody that you could put in the ring, and anybody in that ring with him, you're having a 5-star match. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be Seth, Roman, Omos. It could be Randy, Riddle, Karrion Kross, Dexter Lumis, Ciampa, The Miz, Logan Paul. It doesn't matter who it is you put in the ring with him. He's going to give you a 5-star match. That's just what Bray does. There's been rumors that he was going to go back to wrestling. Hopefully this clears up some stuff and he actually does come back, because it would be an honor to see Bray Wyatt back in wrestling in any form. But yeah, so Triple H, under his new regime though, WWE is so much better. Under Triple H's hands, WWE is so much better. The shows are more fun. The matches are more fun. The intensity is more fun. The excitement is more fun. Everything that he does, the Triple H has done. Bringing back Dakota Kai. Bringing back Io Sky. Bringing back Karrion Kross on SmackDown last week. Bringing back Dexter Lumis on Raw this Monday. Who knows what we're going to get from him on SmackDown this Friday. Maybe we do get... Maybe... I'm not saying he is, but maybe Bray Wyatt is under contract with them, and they're going to bring him back on Friday. That's a possibility. And it'd be really fun to see, and I'm here for it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for listening, watching, subscribing, liking, all that good stuff. Following. That report was from Fightful Select. The opinions at the end of it were my opinions, but the report that I read is from Fightful. There's a few parts in there where I go off on rants, where I give my opinion, but the report stuff was from Fightful Select, and I want to give Sean Ross Sapp his flowers. He does a very good job of reporting wrestling news. So thank you to Sean Ross. Thank you to Fightful Select for putting this report out and giving us some more insight. Thank y'all. Bye.